Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Secretary, thank you so much for being here today. As you know, the Everglades and Big Cypress in my district are national treasures. I'm sure you would agree, and important economic resources for my state, for the state of Florida. Everglades restoration is a huge priority for me and for my entire Florida delegation. I personally feel a tremendous responsibility to this issue because so much of the national park and the Big Cypress Preserve fall within my congressional district. As we go forward, I also think it's important that all the stakeholders are involved in determining what prudent steps can be taken now and in the future, particularly with the current economic climate, to achieve the goal that everyone, I'm sure, wants to achieve of restoring water flow in these areas. You have placed a great deal of emphasis on the Everglades as a special landscape. Last year, you broke ground on a 1-mile bridge along an artery through the Everglades, the Tamiami Trail, as a first step to restoring water flow to Everglades National Park. And you also announced the selection of a plan for additional bridging to restore that water flow. I also, as you well know, represent the Miccosukee Tribe of Indians. And I know you've recently met with them, and I've met with them as well. The Miccosukee Tribe in my meetings have raised some concerns with regards to the construction of the Tamiami Trail Bridge and the additional proposed bridging. They've told me they strongly support Everglades restoration, but they also have some concerns regarding the environmental soundness of the project, and they're concerned that it might cause harm to culturally sensitive and archaeological and sacred and religious sites. So in order to perhaps bridge some of those concerns or allay some of those concerns, I'm wondering if you could tell me what considerations were given to alternate plans, perhaps presented even by the Miccosukee Tribe of Indians, for the bridge and the proposed additional bridging. What alternatives were considered?
Congressman Rivera, let me first say to you that I appreciate the leadership that you bring to the Everglades Restoration Project. It is a project which has received strong bipartisan support in the past, and in my view is one of the most important ecosystem restoration projects, not only in the United States, but literally in the entire planet as a World Heritage Site. And it's part of some of the parts of the budget that we're dealing with now, including Land and Water Conservation Fund, will help us get to a reality of restoring the river of grass in the Everglades. With respect to alternatives on the Tamiami Trail, those are all looked at in a very extensive way through all the environmental impact analysis that went into the construction on the Tamiami Trail and the proposed additions. There have been robust conversations with the tribes to make sure that their input is being heard, and that robust consultation with the tribes will continue.
Well, I appreciate that. I know your department has had meetings with them. I have as well, and I'm wondering perhaps one of the most robust ways we can encourage that communication perhaps would be communication or meeting directly between the chairman of the tribe, Kali Billy, and perhaps yourself. And I'm wondering if you would be open to direct meeting or direct communication perhaps here in Washington that I could maybe help facilitate. Would you be open to meeting with the tribe?
Yes.
Also, finally, can you tell me going forward, as we plan for Everglades restoration in the years ahead and ensuring that the national park and other areas you manage are preserved, what do you envision, what else can be done to make sure that not only water flow is restored, but that this treasure is preserved for generations to come?
Congressman Rivera, I think that what had happened, frankly, until 2 years ago, is that for about an 8-year time frame, there was literally no progress being made in terms of Everglades restoration. We have done a lot in the last 2 years, and we've done it by getting the House of the Federal Family in order, and have invested significant resources in getting the Everglades to where they should be today. However, that has depended on the partnership that we've had with farmers and landowners and ranchers in the state of Florida and local governments and the South Florida Water Management District, which has been a great partner as we have moved forward.
And the tribe.
And the tribe. And the most important thing that we can do to bring the project across the finish line in success is to continue that partnership that has been underway for the last 2 years.
Thank you. I appreciate those remarks. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.